Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirty Balls podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Benfield, and I promise that we are not doing this on Zoom just so I can continue avoiding telling my Don't Stop Believing story. We will get to in person soon enough. We promise. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about today, or maybe we don't. I am just as prepared as always, which is to say, not at all. But one thing I do have prepared is our world famous one-star review game.
Yay!
Okay, there you go. And some excitement too. Last week I decided to be positive, or 2 weeks ago, whenever we did this, I decided to be positive, do a 5-star review instead of a 1-star review because I just wanted to spread some love. And I was stressed out because it was, I was getting ready to do my final stuff at school. But now that's all over. I passed. Hooray! Yay for me. So now I'm back in the mood to talk some shit. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But before I get to the main one, I was looking up. So first I went to the Nashville Sounds. And so spoiler alert, the answer is not going to be Nashville. But I was looking at Nashville because there are so many 1-star reviews for Asheville. And I found one that just, I found three that really made me laugh. One of them said that the Brewers taking over turned the stadium into a hostile environment, which is funny because it's like, what does the parent team have to do with anything? Second one said, once again, we go watch them play and they lose. You're reviewing the ballpark based on the performance of the team. But this one was my favorite. It's from James Thomas, who has 13 reviews from 4 years ago, and his review simply says, gross, sports suck.
Sounds like something Jennifer would say.
My question is, why are you reviewing a ballpark if you don't like sports? I don't like sushi, so I'm not going to go to a 5-star sushi restaurant and say this sucks because I don't know what I'm talking about because it's not my thing. I mean,
somebody made them go there.
Sure, but if somebody, I'll use the sushi analogy again. If somebody drags me to a sushi place and I don't like it, I don't know if that's because it's bad sushi. I just don't like that food. So I don't know why they felt the need to put this in writing on Google reviews. Anyway, on to the real one. So this is from Stacy Wade. She only has, or maybe he, I don't know. Stacy is a ambidextrous name. I know that's not the real word. That's a reference to something. So her one review is from 11 months ago. It's 1 star, and it is as follows. Went for beer bat. Told they sold out. Didn't see a single soul with one. Started talking to people around me and found out they sold them all online. Highly promoted a product you can't buy. It is extremely dirty and roaches crawling around everywhere. Some lady dropped her food because she got scared due to several roaches on the stairs. Very unorganized with employees just standing around and no one seems to know what to do.
And it's somewhere we've been before, right?
Yes, not me. You have, but I have not.
Myrtle Beach.
Bingo. I thought what gave it away was the roaches because it's the beach. There's roaches.
Now, what gave it
Roaches
away?
are everywhere.
Yeah,
I
but
knew that they got
especially
them
at the
online.
beach because like bad hotels at the beach always have roaches. Like bad hotels in the mountains don't always have roaches, but bad hotels in the beach always 100% of the time have roaches. So maybe that's what gave it away. But then there's the whole beer bat thing. So that's one of the places that has it.
Myrtle Beach, is that the one that ran that special?
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and talk about that special since you.
I don't
said
remember what it was. We bought
Well-
one and then the guy drank it.
Yeah, that's what gave it away for me because they were doing a thing where if you bought a beer bat, it was game used. The GM would drink out of that bat. So, you send them the money and the GM has to get plastered because
Hammered.
so many people was actually buying those things just to get him to drink so much beer.
Nice. So if anybody doesn't have anything else about Myrtle Beach, I've got something funny that Jeremy?
I actually have one of their beer bats, but it wasn't from that promotion. I was trying to find it. Oh well.
I have the
Go ahead,
Asheville beer
Stairs.
bat, and you can see my experience with the Asheville beer bat on Jeremy's channel. That's a cheap plug right there.
Speaking of Asheville beer bats.
No, yeah, you got it right there with you. When we got a giveaway in Winston-Salem that was a like a plastic thing made to look like a mason jar, and it was full of authentic truest
Grounds Crew
ballpark
water.
ground crew water.
Please tell me one of y'all chugged it.
No.
No,
Damn it.
hell no. Well, what was kind of ironic was it was to commemorate the anniversary of the game that got rained out, where they came out and started using the tarp as a slip and slide. So they give out these mason jars full of authentic grounds crew water. Even had a video on Twitter of the head groundskeeper filling the mason jars out of a hose. But then the day they give them out, what does it do? It rains the game out.
Yep. And that now makes, I think I've been to Winston-Salem 5 times, if I'm not mistaken, and 3 of those times have resulted in a rainout. So before we get on to the trips and homestands and promotions and all that goody good that we get into on all these shows, I want to talk about the plight of Cincinnati Reds fans. I know, it's a bit off topic. It's a bit off topic because it doesn't have to do with the Rangers or their farm system, but it does have to do with baseball, and this was hilarious, so I have to bring it up. So on Reddit, on the subreddit r/Reds, a post here that I found hilarious that I saw on Instagram the other day. I will read it. During the Friday, May 6th game against the Pirates, I will be scaling the wall to defecate in the bed of the Toyota Tundra. If anyone can take photos of me, I'd appreciate it. Also, if anyone else is down to also shit in the bed of the truck, meet me under the smokestacks in the top of the 4th inning. Cheers.
Wow.
So, according to our unnamed resident Reds fan, that did not happen because on that, so there's a big Toyota Tundra that's in the outfield. There's a Toyota ad and a Tundra sits on top of it. And apparently the Reds got wind of this and moved the Toyota to an undisclosed location on that May 6th game against the Pirates.
Well, that tends to happen when you announce your intentions beforehand on social media.
Yes. I don't know if they were joking or if they were serious. The Reds are having such a bad year. I think it might be serious. Last time I looked at their record, I believe it was 6-20.
Well, it is Ohio. They were probably serious because it's probably a nicer bathroom than they have at their house.
True. That would be an interesting place to have on your poop map, which is an app that I definitely recommend you all have.
Oh, you still have that?
No, I got a new phone the other day, and it erased.
You hadn't downloaded it.
It erased all my poops.
Well, that sucks.
I've never been that fascinated with where I poop.
All right, well, that's the Reds for you. How about the Rangers? Or as I like to call them, the Yankees AAA team.
Or 4A.
Well, yeah, because today the bottom 3 set. So the Rangers had a day game today against the Yankees. The bottom 3 in the lineup, I think, was Joey Gallo, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Jose Trevino. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That is a pretty good half inning 2 years ago for the Rangers.
Yeah. And that will still be a pretty good inning later on down the road.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
one of those has been on our show before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that have been on our show, Sam's supposed to be making has made his Major League debut, hadn't he?
Yeah.
I haven't
he
seen any
did.
Rangers games.
He was up and down a couple of times last year.
Yeah, he was up,
Mhm.
and then he got back down again this year.
Well,
He actually spoke to me the other day.
really?
Oh, yeah. When he got the call, I said, good luck, do your thing. And he said, thanks. So that's the first time we've talked to him since Frisco.
Wow. Well,
So we had a homestand. And unlike the last homestand that we talked about on the show, this one was quite successful. In 6 games, we won 5. And unfortunately, I might have jinxed it by carrying around literally the biggest broom I could find on Sunday during game 6. And we got killed a little bit. And then the Drive kind of have been on a little bit of a hot run since then. So maybe we lit something under him. But yes, we played against the Drive and we won 5 in a row and 5 out of the 6, only dropping the last game on Sunday, a day where it also rained a lot.
yeah, we had also won the last game of the road series before, so we actually won 6 games in a row before we lost that last game to the Drive.
Yes, and there were a couple of watershed moments for South Atlantic League officiating in this series. Something that I could have swore, something that happened a few years ago that I could have swore would never happen again, and I could have double swore that if it did happen again, I wouldn't miss it both times, and I somehow did. Discuss.
Well,
Foul ball home.
Yeah. My question is, this homestand, were we good, or did Greenville just really suck?
We were good.
It could have been a combination of the two, but before we get to that, explain for the folks at home who don't know what we're talking about here, what this super terrible officiating mistake was. And for longtime Crawdads fans, you'll remember this exact same thing happened a few years ago.
Well, it was on Tuesday, the first game of the series.
The only game that I wasn't at in the whole series, and the thing I missed the first time that I thought would never happen again, happened again.
It was good old sloppy Joe Davis. He hits a moonshot down the first base line, and it goes.
Killed the ball.
Yeah, it goes right of the foul pole. So going that way means foul ball. He even turns and looks at the umpire as he touches home, because he knew that it was foul. And the umpire said, home run, touch them all.
I mean, now, if this ball had been like maybe an inch or two from to the right of the pole, okay, I could see how the ump would mistakenly think that was a home run when he's standing behind home plate, 390 some feet away. This was not barely foul. I mean, this ball was a good, 5-6 feet to the right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you got a better view than I did.
It was way foul. I mean, it wasn't like 30 feet foul or anything like that, but it was obviously foul. I mean, Mark Parker, who was sitting in the press box, said it almost went over dead center of the sign that is completely to the right of the foul pole. And and that sign is was it 5 feet by 9 feet? It was 5 feet wide. So it went like 2.5 to 3 feet to the right of the pole, at least. It looked like a good 4 to 5 feet to me.
And that's not even the only rare occasion that happened, or rare play, I should say, that happened in this series.
Yeah.
I was watching, I was walking along the concourse after getting a beer, so I didn't really see what happened, but I heard the announcement. So one of you guys can fill the details in on this. A player was called out because they were batting out of order.
Out of order.
Well, that happened on a Thursday night.
And what is Thursday? Thirsty Thursday. What was I doing? You already know.
But let's go back to Tuesday. there's a bingo card that spot gets to be marked off for me. There was a hit by pitch. I don't know if you guys remember, because I
There were
did put it in
several.
our. well,
Yeah, that picture was a little sloppy.
But it was a dirt ball hit by pitch.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, so I thought that was something that I could mark off on my bingo card.
As
The
in it
ball
hit
hits
him in
the
the
dirt.
foot off the dirt.
No, it hits the dirt and then hits him in the leg, and so he gets first base.
Yeah. I'd
How do
never
you get a
seen.
base off of
I
that?
had never seen that in person before.
I don't see how you get the base off of that if it hits the ground first. Get out the way, man.
Well,
But
if a ball hits the ground but crosses the plate in the strike zone, that's a strike.
True. I have an
And you-
official bingo card that I made for myself.
and
Yeah,
you
if I-
can still hit the ball if you want to. So,
Yep.
but in that game, in Tuesday's game, we hit 2 home runs. I don't remember who hit them, but I do got a couple little notes. We had 13 strikeouts,
Yes.
and the starting pitcher Velasco had 6 of those 13. So
I have my bingo card pulled up here if you guys would like to know the wacky things I have listed on it.
sure.
Okay, so I have bases loaded, intentional walk. And I only counting the free space 4, so only 3 of these I have actually seen yet. I'll tell you the ones I've actually seen already: a bench clearing brawl, a double steal, and an unassisted double play. Some of these are wacky, some of these are just kind of rare things that you don't see every game. Here are the ones that I don't have yet: bases loaded, intentional walk, triple play, and you have to be at the ballpark, not watching on TV. That's an important distinction. Or else I'd have all these. Somebody steals home, a no-hitter, second baseman accidentally throws it into the stands, Chuck Knobloch style, a pitcher hits a home run, a position player pitches, which I have seen that. I don't know why I don't have that marked off. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Chuck Mormon. A consecutive intentional walks.
About Jack's Biggers.
Yep. Home run hitting off the scoreboard. A game delayed by an animal running on the field. A fan runs on the field during play.
Seen that, and
They can be clothed or naked. I have no preference. A tossed bat landing upright, which I have seen and I haven't marked it off. I still don't know why. Maybe it was like, okay, I created this on May 2nd, 2019. So maybe those things happened before then. A stadium power outage, a home run bouncing off the foul pole, but I think two foul ball home runs, I think trumps that. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off. A position player recording a strikeout, which again, I've seen and didn't mark off. So it must have only been since I started this. A game ending with a walk-off balk, a broken bat home run, 2 or more broken bats during the same at-bat, a fan robs a home run like that little kid in the Yankees and Orioles playoff series, a player wearing the wrong jersey, and of course, the granddaddy of them all, the perfect game. Make your own bingo card, folks. It's fun.
Speaking of unassisted double plays, Andy Ibanez had one the other day against New York.
That is true.
Yeah. He fielded the ball, tagged the runner coming from first, and then slid across first base before the runner got there.
Nice.
It was on
What?
Mother's Day, I think. Sunday, yesterday.
Well, Wednesday's game, we won, of course. And we had 2 home runs in that game as well. We had 6 strikeouts, and Anderson threw 4 of them. And
Ian's
then
twin brother.
And then Thursday night, we had 1 home run and only 1 strikeout from the starting pitcher. It's I can't think of his name. It starts with a K.
Crawdads.
Yeah. And you guys can talk about that night because Jennifer and I were not at that game.
I've slept since then.
That was the night where they batted out of order.
Yes.
Oh, you talk about that. Yeah. That well, so the guy comes up to bat. I can't remember who it was, but he bats out of order. He actually got on base, but then Carlos comes out with his lineup sheet that he got at the umpires meeting, and shows the ump, hey, this guy who's getting ready to bat was supposed to have batted before the guy who's currently standing on base. So the guy on base is batted out of order. So ump points down to first base and calls him out. Well, then he has to bat his actual spot in the lineup. So he bats twice in a row, was called out for batting out of order the first time, and then had to bat again. And apparently, according to the guys in the press box who enter in the balls, strikes, hits, errors, all that for the app. Do what?
I said that must have been a fun time for them trying to figure that out.
Well, they had it figured out. MLB in New York could not figure out what happened. So the game day app went down for like 4 innings because the people in New York couldn't figure out what had happened.
Oh, wow.
Even though the guys in Hickory were trying to explain it to him, guy batted out of order. He was out, then he had to bat his turn. So, but yeah, I've never seen that happen.
The guys in New York get a lot of stuff wrong. There's replays that are pretty clear and obvious that they still don't get right. So,
oh yeah,
making the whole thing seem kind of pointless.
Yeah, I agree.
And also that game, that one home run resulted in a walk-off. Right?
Yes.
Oh, that walk-off was something special. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a home walk-off, because it's just
I come from behind.
Yeah.
We were winning, then we lost the lead, and then we came from behind to walk it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. We weren't tied when he hit this home run. It was a 2-run home run for us to win by 1.
Yeah.
And, not only was that exciting for me as a fan of the team for us to win, but I love seeing how excited Chris Cease was to have hit that home run.
Yes.
He looked like a little kid who had just hit the longest ball he's ever hit in his life going around those bases. I mean, and he's hit home runs before, but for some reason this one just looked special to him. I thought I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was awesome. And before we get to Friday, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. Lenore Ryan has won the South Atlantic Conference Championship in baseball. That took place at Smoky Stadium. And so that was pretty cool. Shout out, go Bears.
Congratulations to the Bears.
Yep.
They had an amazing season.
Now, do we want to talk about what Jennifer and I done Thursday night? That way we just keep it.
Yeah, we'll do.
Well, Jennifer, take it away so you can.
Anyway, wait. Hickory, LR started it. The Bears started it. The Crawdads are going to finish it. All right. Baseball in Hickory. We're going to go 2 for 2 this year. South Atlantic Conference and South Atlantic League. All right. We run this territory, brother. Okay, Jennifer.
Thursday night, we went to Gastonia to see the Honey Hunters. Right? Honey Hunters? Is that their name?
Yeah.
Because Wild Health and Genomes were playing there, and that's Chase's team.
Yes, Chase below.
What do you want me to tell?
Well, I mean,
What
talk about the
happened?
stadium. Yeah, what happened? Not much, but
Who won?
it wasn't.
How did
Not
Chase-
Chase's team.
Yeah, not Chase's team.
Well, how did Chase do?
He didn't get the golden sombrero or a hat trick. Let's just say that.
Okay.
But Jennifer, do you want to talk about the stadium?
I mean, you walk all the way around it.
We're
And they
trying.
had deep fried Oreos.
And
They had deep fried pickles too, but we didn't get them.
But they
Fried-
smell
Oh,
so
and they
good.
have that special
Oh, yeah.
drink that you like.
The what
Here.
Some special drink.
that I like?
No, that
No.
Alan likes. It's some Lincoln County drink.
See, not a lot of people's going to know about it, but in Gastonia is the Choice. Just is where they make the Choice soft drinks. And back in the day, they used to be like 59 cents, and they're just so good. And they have a cherry lemon one that actually started, in my opinion, the cherry lemon sun drops, because Choice and Sundrop, they're the same company. And we didn't stop at the concession stands. They didn't look like they had all that much, but they do have bottled drinks. And you had Cheerwine, you had Sundrop, RC, I think you had RC.
Yeah.
And the choice drinks. So that was pretty cool. When we got in, I messaged Chase that we were in, and he said, okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So we go into the team store, which is very small, and looked around and we walked out. And then as soon as we walked out, boom, right there was Chase. So he was getting ready to go on the field to warm up. And but right in front of us was a drink stand. And I said, do you want a cheer wine? And he's like, well, hell yeah, I want a cheer wine. So we ended up buying him a cheer wine. He took it to the dugout with him. I actually got a picture of him chugging it. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, can I just, and I looked up choice soda, and that does look good. So Jennifer had her whole thing about Dukes. Let me just stir up some controversy here. Cheerwine is good, but it is overrated.
It's not as good as it used to be. It used to be much better than it is now.
But
There's a
and-
lot
and
of things that used to be good.
I do
So,
agree with that, because, and here's so when you get it in the
Cookout.
can, when you get it in a can, it has high fructose corn syrup, and when you get it in a glass bottle, it has real sugar. And I will say those glass bottles with the real sugar are way better than the cans with the corn syrup. But it, like, I get your wine. It's like, oh, this is a special North Carolina drink, and I drink it. I'm like, like, it's all right, but it never really struck me as like this phenomenon, the special thing that you got to get when you come to the Carolinas. To me, that was always Sundrop, but then they went national, so then that's not our thing anymore. But yeah, Cheerwine, it's okay, but I've always thought it was overrated. Not a bad drink, just not the best.
well, that's like, what's your favorite beer besides White Claw?
Well, no, are we talking craft or
Not a
domestic?
Beer.
Just beer. I don't know the difference. What are you going to go to when you go to the store?
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I really like Red Oak. That's
Okay,
a
so-
local Carolina beer.
So, that's the same difference. That's your choice of drink. My choice, if it's going to be Sundrop or Cheerwine, it's going to always be Cheerwine to drink by itself, Sundrop to drink with liquor. So, but yeah. And again, like you said, Sundrop is kind of nationwide now. So Cheerwine is not as much. Granted, you do see them like we saw them in Texas at the little candy stores in the mall. And you
Yeah,
got
but the
$5.
difference is here you get it for 89 cents at the gas station, and at the candy
You
store
get it for
in
$3
Texas-
damn dollars.
Well, not at the
I
place.
went and I got a 16 ounce the other day. It was $2.75.
There's
when
a
you can
gas
go buy a
station
2
by
liter.
my house that has canned Cheerwine for 35 cents.
Hot damn, stock up. So, but yeah, and then back to the Gastonia game. If you have never been to Gastonia, I highly recommend it. It says it seats 5,000 people, but there's no way. It looks super small. The seats are pretty damn cool. We sat right beside the dugout on the first base side, and the seats are low. So you're on the field, so you got like a ground view. It's pretty damn cool. I liked it a lot. And like Jennifer said, you walk around, and in left field, I didn't notice it till like in the 8th or 9th inning. When we walked around, there's a chain link fence, in the outfield, and you didn't pay it no attention. But when you're sitting looking at it, the yellow line is above the chain link fence. So they've kind of got their own kind of like, Fenway monster. You've got to hit it over the fence. I've got a picture of it. I'll see if I can add it to the end of the video here. But it's kind of cool. You can hit the fence and it's still in play, but you got to hit it over the line for a home run.
Oh, I do remember my favorite beer, even though we're kind of past that now. It's Mecktoberfest. It's the seasonal Oktoberfest from Old Mecklenburg Brewery. It's the one that I made you go out of the way to that craft beer store when we went to the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite beer, Mecktoberfest.
But the one thing I do not like about Gastonia, and I would like to get your guys' input if you have seen it as well, the fake turf.
LR has that.
The carpet, dirt. I don't like it. I mean, it looks pretty.
Wake Forest has it. I don't like turf, period. Whether it's in baseball, football, whatever. I mean, that's the whole reason why they used to have a thing called turf toe. Because an artificial surface is just so much harder on the human body than actual grass and dirt.
Yeah. And I don't even want to say this is turf. It's that carpet that you put on the deck out there on the lake.
It's turf.
Okay.
I'll say what Tug McGraw said about it. You guys know what Tug McGraw said about it? First of all, you guys know Tug McGraw, right? Baseball legend.
I know Skeet McGraw.
He's a baseball legend, and his son is country music legend Tim McGraw. Anyway, Tug McGraw once was asked if he prefers grass or AstroTurf. His response was, "I don't know. I've never smoked AstroTurf."
Okay.
I want to hear a player's opinion, a modern player's opinion about it now, because turf has, turf technology has gotten a lot better in the past years. But I'm sure the soccer players that I'm friends with at LR, I know it's a totally different sport, but they say that when they play on artificial turf compared to natural grass, that they just somehow it feels different. They just said somehow it's like a thing that only a player can tell, and that you can't really understand, but just something feels different about natural grass compared to turf from players that I know.
I mean, I don't see how it could not feel different.
Yeah, but I just don't know how to describe it, and I'm sure they can. They can articulate it better than I could.
Same. I mean, I've never played on it, obviously, but I just don't see how it could not feel different. Just walking on it.
We got to go on the field at the end to take a picture with Chase, and I have to say I'm walking on the dirt, but it's carpet. It's just not right. But when the ball hits, dirt flies up like normal, and it's like a mind trick on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's because they haven't vacuumed it.
I don't know. But
now, Alan, you have your notes about the homestand. I don't have notes from game to game, but I do have one overall note that I noticed throughout the whole week, and it's something that Jeremy noticed too, and everybody in 115 did for the most part, and that is that the food at LP Friends Stadium has improved a great deal. Chicken tenders from so we talked last time about the chicken wings from the cafe being good. The chicken tenders that I got from the cafe the other day were also really good, and the mozzarella sticks that we got from the cafe were delicious. And also on Sunday, they had switched out the regular shoestring fries for thicker crinkle cut fries, which I don't know about y'all, but I think are way better. And hopefully, I don't know, we talked to people about it. Hopefully those are here to stay, because those are way better fries.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they
Fries have
just
been
ran out of the
terrible
oven.
this year.
Well,
What?
The fries have been terrible this year.
and that was true. But
Mhm.
these new fries that we had on Sunday and
Pickle
hopefully
fries?
we'll have going into the future
They were
were
delicious.
thick, like they were thick, crinkle cut, and they were hot and fresh and good.
They were crispy on the outside, but like hot and fluffy and mushy on the inside, like a fry should be. And they were they were delicious.
And you got
Not
to
just
get
for ballpark fries. These were actually good fries.
yes, yeah, these would stand up against any good fry. And you got to get them and you got to dip them in that barbecue sauce that they have at the ballpark, the name of
Old
which
Mule.
I can't remember currently, but
Old Mule.
Old Mule. And I don't know where else to get it. Hopefully Publix. I heard it's at Publix, and the closest Publix to me is a 25-minute drive. Am I going to go that far out of my way for barbecue sauce? Yeah, you damn right I am. And I'm going to go and get some of that.
Yeah, the food has greatly come up. It's much better than it used to be. And one thing
I
I've
am a barbecue sauce connoisseur. My mom, for Christmas, got me a bottle of Jim Ross's famous JR's barbecue because he never stops promoting it during AEW shows, and I finally decided to try me some, and it's good.
I'm a mayonnaise connoisseur.
No,
you
you
are
are not. Bacon mayo at Bad Daddy's. Oh, I tried that for the first time the other day. Oh Lord, Bad Daddy's. Woo! I got to tell y'all, if you get the little appetizer that's like the fried deviled eggs, and it comes on like a little bed of like lettuce and stuff with a little like spicy vinaigrette on it. Put that vinaigrette on a salad. It is delicious. It's spicy, but it is delicious.
It is good.
But all right, to end the Gastonia thing,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Back to baseball. Sorry, I'm on a little food tangent here.
Baseball.
I think
The baseball podcast?
it's either August or September. Chase is coming back, and we are on the road. So I think we should just make plans to go to the game. I'm sure we can get tickets, but well, I mean, I know we're going, so I'll give
I
y'all
didn't
the
know we
guys
were
that-
going, but okay.
Oh, horse shit! You knew good and well we were going, so I'll give you the dates, and y'all can go ahead and make plans for that. And like I said, it's a nice stadium. I mean, it's really really nice. So that takes us on to Friday. Again, we won another home run for us, and we had 12 strikeouts, and White threw 9 of them. So, our pitching this week was just absolutely dominant. And Saturday, we got our championship rings finally.
Somebody want to
Anybody wearing there?
for us real quick?
I know Jeremy has it at the ready.
Gotcha.
Mine's sitting over here beside my Lexington one.
This is by far the nicest giveaway that the Crawdads have ever done. And I'd say probably nicer than most minor league giveaways have ever been. Comes with a little stand. You can put it in. And
Mine does
Crawdads
not fit
30th
my
anniversary.
flimsy ass fingers.
This Crawdads 30th anniversary, 1993 to 2022. And this is their 2002 championship replica ring. I would imagine it would not fit your fingers. I got big fingers. Is the only reason it fits mine.
I honestly think that if you win the championship, you should give replica rings out to the fans because
Like the Braves did.
Yeah. And I remember the night we won the championship in 15. I wasn't able to go to the game, but I was there at the clubhouse when the guys came home. I remember waking Lucas up at, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we drove down to the stadium, and Joe Filomeno the pitcher, said,
Yeah.
"You guys deserve a ring just as much as we do." So
I've never
But-
been more happy and scared at the exact same time while driving home from a ball game.
Oh, scared you get pulled over smelling like champagne?
Yeah, because I was in 2015, I was 17 years old, and I was down like field level while they were celebrating, and champagne was going everywhere. So I know that I smelled like it.
Same. I was drenched.
I wasn't
Like me and-
drenched because I didn't go on the field. I kind of just I stood on the. I was standing on the front row at the net. So I didn't go on the field.
Well, I was not on the field. I was about 4 or 5 steps up from the field, but I was over there, right there where the players go into the clubhouse. And they were going in there and grabbing bottles of champagne and coming out to where the fans were. And matter of fact, I believe it was Joe Filomeno went in there, grabbed a big bottle of champagne, brought it out, popped the cork, started shaking it, and just sprayed it all over me and everybody who was all around me.
Well, I must have left right before that happened because I stuck around for some of the celebration, but not a whole lot of it.
I think me and Scott were like some of the last people out of the stadium. So I remember we were walking out, and we had gotten there kind of late. You know, we made it for the first pitch and everything, but if you don't get there early, you're not going to get a good parking space for a championship game. And we parked like 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the stadium. And we were walking out, and they've got that golf cart that takes people up the hill to their cars. And the guy came up and was like, "Hey, would y'all like a ride to your vehicles?" And we were like, "Well, we're like 2 miles down this way." And he's like, "Well, ain't nothing else for me to do. Hop on, I'll take you." So the Asheville guy drove us like 2 miles on their golf cart to Scott's car.
And there's a famous story. I can't remember what band, but it's like a pretty famous rock band. And they were every single member of the band was by themselves at this concert, and they didn't know each other yet. And then once they had formed their band, they were all talking, and they were like, "But you were at that concert? You were at that concert? I was at that concert too." And none of them knew each other yet. And then they went on to form this band, and then found out later that they were all there separately. That's how we all were at that at that game.
Yeah, because I didn't know you then. I didn't know Lee then.
I had just started sitting in 108 during that playoff series. So I'd talked to Chris maybe twice. That was the only.
So what you're saying, Jeremy? Those were the good old days.
Yeah, before I knew all you bums.
Yeah.
I didn't know Jeremy or Scott or Lee, Alan, Jennifer, and I had maybe talked to Chris 2 or 3 times. So
Well, Jennifer wasn't in the picture then.
Yeah, I didn't
That was
know.
like-
That's how much I know.
Yeah,
But
I didn't know
like I
Alan.
said, but the cool thing is that night, like I said, when me and Lucas were there, and it's something Lucas is never going to forget this. But Colin Wiles and Brett Martin's wives now, their girlfriends back then, were kissing him on the cheek. So he will never forget. They were wasted. I don't know how those girls drove back to Hickory. Thank God nothing happened, but they were
Legally, let's
wasted.
just say they did.
So yeah,
Allegedly.
that's something. Yeah, allegedly. But yeah,
CYA
2019.
right there, always say that's number one on the CYA list. Always say allegedly.
But yeah, back in 2019, when we were in the championship the last time, against Lexington. Lexington won, of course. And the very first game of 2020, they were going to give out replica rings that they got. And they never got a chance, but they ended up selling them to everybody. And I just had to get one. For one, we were there at the game, and Chase has one of these. So I figured, what the hell, might as well get us all one. But yeah, I think that, if you're a winning team, you give these out because the fans are just as much as on the field as the players. We're the ones getting in the opposing team's heads and helping the guys out. So
Oh yeah, well, it's like, I know this is for a single at bat, not a game or a season. But we went down to Kannapolis last week and saw Jose Acosta playing. Because he used to, whenever he would come in from the field in Hickory, he'd always act like he was ringing the cowbell, and he would direct us to stop and all that. And so we went down there to see him play, and his first at bat, he hit a home run. And he told us after the game that we were the ones that gave him that that extra umph that he needed, that emotional support that he needed to hit that home run. And that was just one at bat in one game.
And that was pretty cool. Justin Jacobs recognized me too. I was down there by myself, waiting on Jose to come out. And I just saw Justin Jacobs walking, and he stops and goes, "Hey, there's a crawdad right there." Now, I am wearing a Down East shirt and a Down East hat, but he sees my face and a cowbell and says, "There's a crawdad right there." It's just moments like that where you're like, hey, these people remember us. Thousands of fans come to every game, but a certain handful of fans are there every game and same spot and are as supportive as we all are. And I'm not even a season ticket holder. I mean, I come to 80 to 90% of home games, but I'm not there quite as often as y'all are. There's games here and there that I miss. But even then, he remembered me, and Jose remembered all of us. That was,
and that's the thing. I mean, when you went with us to Texas, we went to Round Rock and we went to Frisco. Those guys see us, and they light up. Because I mean, look, they understand the sacrifices that we make to come support them, and to see them, and then they see us. We make an impact on their lives.
Yeah, like getting woke up at 6 a.m. with a pillow to the face and then going 90 miles an hour down the interstate to get to Frisco.
But and like what I said, in the interview with Jose Trevino, that we went to Texas to see Yanio. You know what I'm saying? And when we got the news, I posted my weekend went to shit because he had to go to Arizona. We drove all the way there to see him and to see everybody else, but it was mainly to see Yanio and Jocelyn. And then Jose Trevino, of all people, puts a comment on my Facebook. You still have friends here. That's fucking amazing. It makes me fangirl in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was great. And then that same day we went and ate a wild pitch. Hey, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I mean, and that's why I want to have somebody who's never experienced baseball come experience this stuff. So I'm still on the lookout. So we got to find somebody. You found somebody?
I was, remember the other night I was sitting in 109 instead of 108 or 115 with
right.
I was sitting there with a friend from high school. He told me, he said, you still do the podcast, right? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I want to come on the podcast and talk. And I'm like, well, that's actually perfect because we're looking for somebody that doesn't know a whole lot about baseball. And he's like, well, I just recently started getting into baseball and I've only ever came to a few Crawdad games, so I'd love to do it. So shout out Greg. We'll get you on here. And he's a vet. He's a vet just like you. He was in the I'm a shitty friend. I can't remember which branch.
War of 1812.
Do what, Jeremy?
Sorry, I thought he was going to say he was in the war. I was going to say the War of 1812. Trying to be funny.
But I want to do something real quick. I want to recognize everybody that's in attendance. So when you hear your name, please let me know where you're at. Ethan Benfield.
Yay.
Jennifer Day.
Yay.
Jeremy Leo.
Yay!
The North Carolina School for the Deaf.
Did somebody say something? What is the okay, they had it on the screen. Okay. They had it on the screen.
They did.
See it. And some deaf people do have a tiny bit of hearing. Deaf doesn't mean that it's completely 100% you can't hear. You know, that can
And
mean.
they did have somebody in front of the group signing for them.
Yes, there was somebody signing, but yes, they came across
just
the
seems
loudspeaker. They came across the loudspeaker to announce
when you hear your name.
When you hear your name, and then School for the Deaf.
Yeah.
So that leads us into something. Jennifer, the floor is yours.
Okay, here's our new segment. Would you rather? Baseball game edition.
Oh, okay.
So-
Thank God it has something to do with baseball, and it's not just some random nonsense. Because when this was pitched, to
Because
me,
that's what this show's about.
but when this
Random
was
nonsense?
pitched to me, I was like, please let it be about baseball and not just like, oh, would you? You know, I could think of some funny ones, but we'll do that later. Anyway, yes, Jennifer, go on.
Would you rather attend a baseball game as a deaf person or a blind person?
Well, I'll say if you had asked me this before they put the nets up, I'd say deaf, because I could see that line drive foul ball coming. But now they've got the nets up. You know, you can sit somewhere where you're perfectly safe from foul balls or flying baseball bats, whatever, and you can hear the game. And someone, you know, if you've got a friend with you, they can tell you the count. They can describe to you what happened.
Okay.
You know what I mean,
First off, just so one of these days I don't get canceled by the blind or deaf community if I get on TV somewhere. Remember, this is Jennifer's idea. I'm
No,
gonna go-
this is not bad on nothing. It's you know,
yeah.
like Jennifer said, you have to be one hardcore fan to be involved in this sport with one of those handicaps.
Yes, that is true. I'm gonna say deaf because no, I changed my mind. I'm gonna say blind because as somebody that wants to get into broadcasting, I love a good radio broadcast. Or
Yeah.
yeah, so when somebody's got so racing and baseball specifically, like all sports sound good to me. All sports sound better audio wise on the radio. TV announcing is okay, but radio announcing to me is better. But racing and baseball specifically, something about that lends itself really well to radio broadcasts.
I think because radio is painting a picture because they know you can't see what's going on. So they have to
I
do a
agree.
better broadcast than the person that's on the TV because you're sitting there watching the TV.
Yes,
They're
my
talking
hero
about
in broadcasting, the guy that inspired me to want to be in broadcasting, is Barney Hall. And Jeremy probably knows that name more than y'all do, but
Yes, I do. He's a great broadcaster. It was a great broadcaster.
yeah, he passed away several years ago. And OG fans of this channel might know the very first video I made was talking about Barney Hall in response to his passing away. But yeah, he was my hero and the person that inspired me to get into broadcasting. And he was all radio. He might have appeared on TV once or twice ever. So
Well,
yeah.
and the times when he was on TV, he did it like it was radio.
Yes, he is a legend. He's a legend in the racing world. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with radio.
It was amazing.
With being blind, so I can still hear because of my love for broadcasting.
I'll say there's times when, you know, back when we had a radio broadcast in Hickory, there would be times I would go to the game and be sitting there watching the game with an earbud in one ear so I could listen to the radio broadcast at the same time. The only thing was it was a few seconds delayed, but man, it's hard to beat a good radio broadcast of a baseball game.
right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would rather be deaf or blind in a baseball game.
Well, that was fun. Maybe a little bit more lighthearted and not surrounded with disabilities next time we play this game, Jennifer. But yeah, that's a
Well,
good
that-
segment. I like it.
Inspired by the Crawdads.
Yeah.
And school for the deaf.
You ableist dicks. We'll be all right.
But Sunday we lost. I don't have any stats because we were upset that we lost. I was so hoping for a sweep.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And John told me that me walking around with that broom was just as bad as y'all doing the ball four chant. As far as
He did. I heard him.
as far as jinxing and mojo and stuff like that goes. I have never
John,
been more offended in my life than when I heard that.
John who?
Mashburn.
Well, did you like that we started the ball chant on ball 3?
No.
Okay, wait. No, I didn't like that.
That was even worse.
I didn't like that, but I hated that. But from the perspective of being a facetious, petty asshole, it was kind of.
What? We were going to start on ball 2, but we'll get it together one day.
I thought about countering with when our pitcher is on the mound asking for strike one.
Oh, did you like the new chant?
What
Did you
chant?
like the new chant for when we're pitching and the umpire goes out to break up the huddle? We just chant, "Mind your business." Because for one, it actually helps them hurry up a little bit quicker if they're not paying attention that he's coming. Which I don't think it matters if he comes. He's not going to go tell the other team what's going on. But
I absolutely loved calling the guy that bats after Joe Davis sloppy seconds. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the York, the York thing, tossing out the peppermint patties. That was also quite funny. I was jealous because we have a candy gimmick too. We just haven't done it yet. All right, get ready for this.
Pass out Sloppy Joe as well.
But get ready for this, guys. $1 million idea. Ceases pieces.
He never ceases to amaze.
Nice.
That's our idea. Chris ceases pieces.
Yep.
Do you recall the catcher's name for the drive? Jax?
Last name?
I want to say Grossman.
Something like that.
That sounds right.
Well, when Jennifer and I were in Gastonia, he went over there and talked to Chris and everything, and he asked about the podcast. So, Jax.
What's up, Jax?
If you're watching.
And we know you are.
This is the podcast. We're sorry you're watching.
Yeah, why do you want to come on?
I'm
not sorry.
We're sending out an invitation if you want to come on. We'd love to have you on. I mean, as you can tell, we're friends with most of the catchers.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, leave a comment in the message. Leave a message in the comments below, or you can hit me up as Conrad's Cowbells on Twitter. Just search me on Facebook, search my name, Jeremy Lell, and you can do the same with any of these other guys here.
Yeah, we are definitely open to any and all interview opportunities. They look good on the resume.
We'll definitely see you again before the end of the year because we go down there not this week but next. But that actually brings us to the promotional schedule for this coming week. Unless y'all want to talk about Winston, because I know somebody on the show said that they will never go back, and they ended up going back.
Now
it's not the reason that video. I'm done with Winston.
We can pull up the footage.
I know, and I told people that, and I really meant it when I said it. And I'm still not happy with Winston, but Donna made a comment when the Kannapolis game, when we were told the Kannapolis game was sold out, because we had planned on going to the Kannapolis game that night. So somebody said, "Hey, why don't we go to Winston?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going. Y'all can go. Whatever." And Donna was like, "Yeah, I think we should go. It'd be nice to support our guys."
I didn't want to go, but they roped me in with breakfast.
But I was like, okay, yeah, we need to support the guys. It's just an hour down the road. Why not?
They roast
Oh,
me
and-
with delicious breakfast, sausage
Oh,
sandwich.
that breakfast is amazing. You really could have a sausage sandwich.
Abelese in Morganton. Shout out.
Yeah, if you've never had their breakfast, I highly recommend it.
Speaking of Morganton and food, mountain burrito.
Good.
We had a mountain burrito in the north.
Morganton is awesome.
Yeah, but the reason
They-
why I didn't like mountain burrito in the north is because the building that they occupied used to be a Checkers, and I really, really, really miss Checkers. And now don't even have one in Hickory.
Well, I tell you what, Saturday, since nobody wants to go to the game, we'll get into the promotion on why we don't want to go to the game. We just all take a trip up to Asheville, go to Bold Rock, go to Mountain Burrito, go get this trimmed up right here, and we go see the tourists take on the Greenville Drive, and we can talk to
I
Jack.
would love to, but I have a prior engagement.
You suck.
He just wants to hang out with his girlfriend.
It's going to make money.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, get your
Well,
money,
it's
boo boo.
Friday. Or no,
Friday I
it's
have to work.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's Friday.
Uh,
I ain't got no job and I ain't got shit to do. So
I'll talk to you Saturday. So,
Alan,
let's
I'll
get
reference
into.
one of your favorite movies. You didn't even say anything.
I know.
I was going to see if Jennifer was going to say something.
Okay.
I just know
Before-
you like the
before-
movie. I don't know any quotes.
I was going to say, before we move on to the promotions, let's talk a little bit more about Winston.
Okay.
Like Cody Freeman having a grand slam, a 2-run home run, and 6 RBIs.
Be right back.
Bye, Ethan.
It's
But, I
the
mean,
best show ever right now.
It's a much better picture, huh?
But yeah, I mean, the dads, we won 3 out of 2. We had it rained a lot in Winston. They matter of fact, we're going to have a doubleheader against them when they come to town because it rained one game out completely. And Sunday when we went, they had to finish their suspended game from was it Friday night, and then they
Yeah.
also had to have their Sunday game. But now the game that got rained out on Saturday, they're going to have to make up on when they come to town to see us. And hopefully
Gosh.
we'll win. It'll be a 7-game
Hey,
swing.
Jack. Got your hose water?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's where it was.
it's empty now, but
What'd you do with the water?
I dumped it out
Why?
because I didn't want hose water. It was already raining. It's not like I was going to get the place more wet.
That's the only hose water wetness you're getting.
That was a bit of a stretch, Alan.
I fucked that one up.
Alyssa had a much better one, which was that's the only ring that I'm ever gonna have. Which that's easy. I made that same joke, but still, good one.
But Freeman actually won the award today, right? For player of
South
the week.
Atlantic League Player of the Week.
Good job to him.
Everybody's favorite Freeman.
Yeah, now.
Well, not the people in LA.
They don't count.
They don't care. They show up in the 4th inning, take a couple pictures for Instagram, and then leave in the 7th to go sit in line at In-N-Out for 3 hours. All right. They don't care about baseball.
You're probably right.
I'll sit in line for 3 hours at In-N-Out.
Never had it, so I don't know.
It's good.
It's
It's
the
better than-
same burger.
It's better than Cookout, I can tell you that. These sorry sons of my bitches.
It's just a burger place again, just like with Cheer Line. Like it's good, but everybody talks about it like it's just life changing. It's like if you come out to the West Coast, you have to go to In-N-Out. But that's okay that I'm saying that because I drank the same Kool-Aid when it came to Whataburger when I saw all those commercials on the Rangers broadcast for so many years, and then when we went to Whataburger, yeah, it was good.
It's just a glorified Sonic burger.
Well, I got the patty melt, but yeah,
I said it. Tastes just like a Sonic burger. They just have
So-
spicy ketchup.
Now that we've offended two of the biggest states in the country, how about we get back to these promotions?
Okay, this week is Salute to Scrubs all week. So kicking it off tomorrow. Before you go to the game, you might watch this. I doubt it. So Salute to Scrubs tomorrow night, Tuesday, as we take on
Scrub this.
the Greensboro Grasshoppers. So yeah, Wednesday, the 11th, and let's make sure. Yep, 7 o'clock games, and Saturday is a 5 o'clock game, and Sunday is a 3 o'clock game. So 7 o'clock Wednesday, it's Jungle Jamboree and Salute to Scrubs and Wine Wednesday.
I'm gonna put my wine in the Winston-Salem hose bucket, jar. I don't know. I couldn't think of the word jar there.
Oh, wow. Thursday night at 7 o'clock, it's the Llamas take on the Grasshoppers.
Isn't Llamas on Wednesday?
No, it's Thursday.
Thursday. Wow.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar. Yeah, that's my bad.
So Friday game at 7 o'clock, it's Wizard night. So if I'm sure you dress up as a wizard, you get a $6 ticket. But make sure it's not one of those mean wizards.
Wow.
Okay.
It should not be Wizard Night, though. It should be like a Halloween night because it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah. But
How'd they miss that?
They
Really?
don't do Halloween anymore. It's too scary for the children.
Yep. That's what was said. Okay, Saturday's game is at 5 o'clock. I'm not going because
Me
it's
either.
the
Me
Christian
either.
concert.
we
Not
have
that
already
I had
made our
a problem.
opinions clear on those Christian concerts.
Yeah, but it's Love and the Outcome is the band performing. I don't know their music, but I'm not dissing it. I just don't want to be around those fans that are not there for the game. And
Yeah, because they
I
act
am
like
dissing it.
the
I am
game's an
dissing it. I
inconvenience.
don't like Christian music. I like
I mean,
hymns. Hymns are fun.
whether you like it or not, I hate the Christian. Same reason I hate the 4th of July crowds, because they come for what's going to happen after the game, and they act like, oh, this is a concert that just happens to have a game before it. No, morons! It's a game. You get the added benefit of a concert or a
Yes.
fireworks show afterwards, and if you don't like the game, you shouldn't have come.
Yeah, they treat the game like it's an inconvenience just to get out of the
Yeah.
way for what they really came for. And for that, I'm not a fan. I am a Christian. I go to church. Okay. But the music, ooh,
I
Can't
wish
do it.
I wish they sold 2 different tickets on those days. One a ticket for the game, and the other one a ticket for the concert. And maybe give you a deal if you want to buy a ticket to the game and a ticket to the concert. But then give like 30 minutes after the game to let the crowd that doesn't want to go to the concert clear out. And then open the gates for the. But anyway, I hate those because you hear stupid conversations the whole time.
those are always those are always the games where somebody tries to start the wave.
Yes,
Every
and I hate that. And you hear questions like,
Start
"Is
doing
this
the
a
wave."
professional team?"
Is this are these kids? Is this professional? Are they in college? How many innings are there?
When's
why do they got those
halftime?
3? Why is there 3 Ks hanging up on it? They're racist.
Especially on Wizard Night. That just seems way out of left field.
Nice. So, and Sunday, May 15th, which is a great day. Does anybody want to guess why that's a great day?
It's your birthday.
Come out, bring me something nice. Beard products are always acceptable.
I'm a
It's
Bold
barking.
Rock.
And the Bold Rock.
Alan,
Bark, do what?
I'm gonna be selling at the same place that Jimmy's selling on Saturday.
Really?
Yes, just like
Oh,
last
and
time.
yeah. Oh, okay. And by the way, since we got them there, we get it there. Yeah, that's where we got the cheesecake candles. You got any more of those?
Well, now I feel bad
Yes,
because
I have strawberry
talking,
cheesecake.
I was just talking trash about
Ooh.
Christian music, and Jimmy played music at the church I went to for a long time. So you guys were cool, okay? It's the other ones I'm saying I didn't like.
I actually put the little wax melts in a can or in a jar, and they're in the car now. Finally.
Nice.
But,
Works great.
but
doesn't it?
it's great. Check out Moose Candle Company, y'all. Not saying it because he's here.
The beard products,
It's-
man, they're great.
Flipping phenomenal. So he has the wax
Also-
burners. Put them in a little jar. Poke holes in the top. Put them in your car.
Yep.
Oh,
Also,
God.
go check out Ruddy Man Grooming, which is the Jimmy that we were talking about. Excellent beard products.
He's the one. Granted, it's not looking that great right now because I took a shower, didn't do nothing. But if you go to Ruddy Man, use code Ruddy Moody 15, saves you 15%, and get some of that sweet chin music. Baseball sympathy.
Oh, great
I
stuff.
had no idea that beard grooming was such a world until recently with you guys.
You're jealous, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah, but I come from a
You'll get-
long line of men that do not have a lot of facial hair, so it's just my lot in life.
But anyway, Sunday is Bark in the Park and YMCA night. And of course, bring your church bulletin and I'll donate some money back to your church.
How many times are we going to have to hear that god awful song, YMCA?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Three Doors Down that they played 5 times in a row one time.
Wait, which Three Doors Down song? Which one?
Wow. Kryptonite.
Oh, I like that song. That's a good song.
Oh, I do too. I love it. It's their greatest song, but they played it. They played it 5 times in a row.
Well, When I'm Gone is their best song, but yeah, 5 times in a row for anything, unless it's What New Pussycat and there's it's not unusual in there, and that's good. But other than that, yeah, you don't do that.
So that's your promotions. Come out, have fun with us, except for Saturday, we won't be there.
But still, come out on Saturday if you really do care about baseball.
Or if you just like a concert, go ahead and come. I won't be
And-
there. You won't
and-
annoy me.
There's going to be a lot of Christians there, which means that the line for beer is either going to be non-existent or way longer than usual, depending on the denomination.
And you get to see people get really mean with their servers.
Yes, that's the very reason why I refuse to work on Sunday when I worked at McDonald's.
So,
I mean,
anybody
I
got
am
any?
a Christian, but guys, let's face it. We go to church on Sundays and then we go out to eat, and a lot of you just lambaste your servers because they, didn't get your drink to you in 3.2 seconds. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, anybody got any closing remarks besides Jack's? Remember, if you want on the show, if you made it this far into the show, and if you are watching this right now, whoever you
are
are,
awesome.
hit the
Wait.
thumbs up.
Oh, Jennifer gave us a would you rather earlier. I've got a would you rather. Would you rather like, comment, or subscribe? You don't have to choose one. You could do all of them. Thank you.
Nice.
That was beautiful, Ethan. Beautiful.
That was something.
Speaking of subscribers, I'm within 20 of that 100 subscriber mark, and I can change my URL instead of being that 50 million.
I don't think it works.
Random letters and numbers.
We
work
changed
anymore?
ours. I don't think it does, but well,
Well, either way, I want more subscribers because I'm greedy.
But yes, please, if you've made it this far, hit that thumbs up. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's all I have.
Well, then I have been your host, and these have been my co-hosts, and we have just given you the best, worst show in minor league baseball, or the worst, best, or however we described it a few weeks ago. Thank you for listening and watching and liking and commenting and subscribing. Thank you for coming out and going to the games and supporting the Crawdads. if you do. And if you don't, maybe you should start doing that. So until next time, see ya.
Deuces. Here's the fun part.
Get back, for it's root for the cross.